Hey everyone, thanks for clicking. Welcome to PatrickTBulger.com. I appreciate your time, and I will try to make these cuts quick. Um, Today, we're going to talk about a little bit of a thing that I call order of operation. Outside of investing, let's just look at how things here parallel with a business or an organization and their necessity for efficiency, their necessity for success. That usually means making the least amount of mistakes. It does, in any world, come down to, what you might hear some call a batting average. You have the highest batting average, you can do pretty well. If you don't care and you're undisciplined, you're going to have a bunch of inefficiencies along that way, and your batting average suffers. That's my personal view of exactly what we deal with every day, whether we're CEOing a major company or we're coaching an NFL team or what's going on. Um, Order of operation is simply discipline. It's there are when your organization gets big enough, you have multiple people with multiple roles. Um, I'll revert back to the sports theme just to keep it quick. But if your interior lineman on your offensive line decides he wants to be a quarterback, it's a bad time. It's not going to happen. Like his 7-step drop back will be about 3 times the. Yeah, it's just going to be kind of all bad. No offense to linemen, they're essential. Essential. When you don't have them, you will lose. But anyways, I digress. Um, Order of operation is a structure and a set of responsibilities. If we look at it, um, it's a discipline, it's a distribution of differing dimensions, responsibilities, and decision making within those dimensions. Some people in the C-suite refer to them as silos, where you have multiple silos, multiple people in charge of them, and people answering to you up a stream. And each one of those silos takes care of a different methodology with perhaps different rules in the next silo, but they're all interconnected in a chain of things that are your team effort. The special teams people are not going to be always on every other, wherever, whatever. They're their own separate unit with their own separate agenda, necessities, rules, people running them, etc. So when we look at this, it really fits in. You look at the most disciplined, high quality, whether it's companies, corporations, organizations, militaries, sports teams, you name it, they all have a discipline. If you go against the discipline, it's not secret. You're going to tend or trend towards usually bad, usually something not good. So, what happens in there is inefficiencies occur most frequently when we get an unqualified or underqualified member of that team or of that squad. It could be the owner. Like every owner is not perfect. Every CEO is not perfect. Every person in charge of a silo is not perfect. And there's a whole world of things to talk about in that aspect. But when you get an unqualified or underqualified person edging their way into decision making, they are not going to be that efficient deep conviction decision maker. And again, tending towards inefficiency where we want to, ideally, in our lives, in our companies, and even here, we want to tend and trend towards efficiency. So we have, in my view, an order of operation, a structure that is necessary to be in place. And the people who understand that are people that I welcome to call in. The people that are going to make it up themselves or think that they know, like I have a very deep bench of experience that's nearly 3 decades. I have a deep bench of massively worked on data that I've put painstaking time, effort, and experience into, and then it forms when you have a fluency in that front part of data. Those are your quality ingredients going in with that, but you have to have someone on the other end with that knows what to do with data. And, great data in the wrong hands is kind of useless. It's barely worth the paper it's printed on. So that data fashions into a definition of risk condition. And that's something we can always go more into or have you call into. So that fluency between data and risk condition is imperative. And that takes years. I've cut through that jungle, and it takes years to acquire, to accomplish. And it's not just, today's world, I'm going to type into AI and then I'm an expert. Well, you fall short on expertise. You fall short on what happens at the most important point when the risk is present. There are sunny days, there are stormy days, and it's knowing or being experienced or being competent in those rainy days. I want a pilot that's flown through all the storms. I want. Where's Sully? We all remember that. But the reality is, we necessitate or look for or quest for or strive for the most amount of experience, the best possible scrutiny of the data, and how it's fitting into the current risk condition. And that is the front end. Notice that's before any single attempt at trying to pick what players go on the field or what the portfolio will be. That is, it's an entire second or third, rather, in this case, data, then followed by risk. What we're discussing is behavior and maturity level to delegate. Because I will, with high confidence, say that most people, as I've witnessed most advisors, do not have their business set up this way. I do. It's just it's a path of professionalism that I elected to take because I was outside of the industry for quite some time, and now I'm inside the industry. And there is my view of what an advisor should be for you and your capital. Real quick, we're cutting to the end here. Quick note. Businesses have overhead. They have gross margin. They have costs. They have fees. It sounds similar. The full value equation is, what are you getting for what you pay? We should be scrutinizing all of this all the time, etc. Yet, I've yet to find a business that doesn't have risks. Simple. You open your doors on an entrepreneurial business. Your risk is that, you're hoping people come in. Or in this day and age, you're hoping people log onto your website and buy your widgets or whatever it is you may be doing. I've also yet to find a business that holds blindly when conditions change. Neuroplasticity, your ability to see change and your ability to adapt, or your tech cycles or whatever it may be. Business requires mobility. And with changing risk, with variables and all of that, again, it's paralleling what I do for a business. And that is, oh, by the way, investing and living beyond the herd. Beyond the herd is a behavioral set of people who are patterned into what won the Nobel Prize of economics in 2002 called behavioral finance. There's a group set of behaviors in there. You can Google that or AI it or look it up, that are things not to do. They're kind of symptoms. And we can go into those because I've done an enormous amount of behavioral work, because the success of the client and the client's role, or your role if you decide to come on, there's a definitive set of needs that need to be fulfilled. And whether it's stream of returns, whether it's comprehension and what's going on and why, is necessary. Your valuations, are we near tops? Are we near bottoms? What's the other data say? And I'll walk you through all that stuff. But inflexibility to changing industry data tends towards inefficiency. Um, I've yet to see a business that has scaled that didn't delegate. It all kind of points down towards the mature investor delegates. The mature coach has an offensive coordinator. You take care of the offense. I'm going to oversee and make sure you have everything you need. These are big people at big corporations or big militaries or, you name it. They are delegating. And professional sports, they all have a coach. They all have a system. They're all part of a system playing a role. And that occurs here. And I have watched for many, many years, which drove forced my mind into exploring the behaviors as to why some people get it and why some people don't. And there's some definitiveness there. I'll finish with, okay, everybody's pretty familiar with Steve Jobs. He made one famous quote that really stood out. He made a lot of famous quotes, but I'll read this to you, so I'll squint a little bit. Thank you for your patience. But it doesn't make sense to hire smart people and tell them what to do. We hire smart people so they can tell us what to do. And that was a quote from 1998. And it just rings towards, in order to scale, it involves delegation. And there's a certain swath of people who are scaled down and into micromanagement and won't give up control despite a lack of fundamentals, instead of delegating to fundamentals. I'll name another. Jack Welch did not run downstairs and build jet engines. Meg Whitman did not run downstairs and start building printers. Those were delegations to different silos of different people who specialized in each part of the process, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to wrap up there. That's it for today. There's much more importance than it appears on the surface. I do the complex work so you don't have to. I take things off your plate. I'm a problem solver in the industry. You call me with something, you throw it over here, and we work on it for you. That's what goes on here. Anyways, I'm going to cut to a piece from my compliance department. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for visiting. Go to the website, patricktbulger.com, and check out the blog. At the bottom of the blog, there's a see all. Click that. Page back, look at some of the charts, look at some of my thoughts and insights. You'll be able to get a good idea what's going on there. And then there's a full bio of stuff I've been through and a whole bunch more. Anyways, thank you again for your attention span. I greatly appreciate it and look forward to it. Reach out. The advanced person who, for whatever reason, maybe it's the ignored statements, maybe it's you're just not, you don't feel like you're getting the quality you deserve, make a phone call. Call in. That's what I do. It's what I love. I love what I do. Anyways, thanks so much. Take care. We'll see you next time.